Hello, welcome to a new video. In this case, our goal is to test the OVIS module from OpenCV. For that purpose, I have prepared a very simple program that will compile in a few seconds. So first of all, we need a CMake list.txt. So in order to define what are the targets for our problem. In our case, the minimum commands we need is to find package OpenCV 4.5 and link the libraries and add the executable mini-ovis.cpp in my case. So here is where I have these two files. So we'll go through the code later. And now let's move to the CMake configuration. So the source code is located in my case in this path, and where to build the binaries. In this case I have created this folder that it is now empty. So let's press configure button. So we are going to use Visual Studio 2019. So let's go for that. So you know it takes a little bit. It was fast. So now it has detected my OpenCV directory. In case it is haven't found for you, you have to set it here. So where to install the program, the binaries. In my case, I want to change it. So for example, let's do it here in a different place. So here. So this is my release. Okay, so generate, and we can already open the project. So once the project is open, so let's set the release mode of the compilation. Now let's go through the code. So this is the single file of our project, mini-ovis.cpp. And what are the minimum that we need? So in this case, our main function contains the definition of the size of the OVIS window. So I have decided 1024 pixels and 768 pixels. So this is the definition. Now we have to define where OVIS has to find the resources of the different 3D models. So we are going to play with a model that it is already included in the distribution of Ogre, that it is called Simbad.zip. We'll find it later. So let's create our OVIS window. So we need an OVIS window scene. So once it is defined, so let's set the window name. In our case, we are going to create a window whose name is window name, my first Ogre. So with the EM size that we have defined before, we say that the scene is going to be interactive, and we want to use the anti-aliasing. So this is something optional in case you have the intrinsic parameters of your camera. We are not going to do it so far. So we can create the entity, the 3D object. So it's going to be named Simbad, and we'll use the simbad.mesh. So this model is included in this zip file. So these are basically the origin and the viewpoint of the entity. So far we are not going to modify those numbers. So let's create some light entity for the 3D illumination of the object. So it is called sun in our case. And in order to display the window, as you do with OpenCV, we have to call the method waitKey. So the parameter is the number of milliseconds that you have to wait. So in this case, the 0 is wait forever, and you can catch the key in case you need it. And that's all. So let's compile it. So go to mini-ovis, compile, and if everything goes fine, so everything is correct. Okay, so let's also go to our build. So it is in release mini-ovis.x. So we have said that we need the Simbad zip in order to run our system with the Simbad.zip. So basically, if you go to the Ogre zip that you already have and you unpack it, there is a file that is based here. Okay, so in order to run it, so cd build release, so we are there. So let's run it, mini-ovis.x. So if everything is correct, you will see a window like this, my first Ogre. And now with the mouse, you can zoom with the wheel, you can rotate it, you can even displace it with the right button of the mouse, and you see that everything is working. So if you reach this point, congratulations, you have your OVIS module properly configured in your system, and you can use it for example, your augmented reality programs. So thank you for watching this video.